In 5th grade, I wrote an essay that said I wanted to be an engineer.
I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a lawyer.
There was a part of me that always wanted to become a singer, but I have a terrible voice.
I wanted to be an OBGYN. I can't believe it. Yeah, I wanted to be a baby doctor.
I never grew up thinking that I would ever enter the world of politics.
Politician to me has very negative connotations.
I thought that it was negative, and like a lot of people, I didn't want to be involved in that drama.
I had no idea this is where I would be. Completely clueless.
2018 is the year of the woman. We're seeing record numbers of women running for office.
Many of the women who are running say they're motivated by frustrations with the Trump administration.
But it's not just about Donald Trump. We don't have enough women in office.
Women candidates are mad and they want to make a change.
My name is Pearl Kim.
I'm Deidre DeJear.
Anna Eskamani.
Morgan Zegers.
And I'm running for the 5th Congressional District in Pennsylvania.
I'm running for Iowa Secretary of State.
Florida State House, District 47.
I'm the Republican candidate for New York's 113th Assembly District.
And I want to ensure that each and every eligible voter in our state has equal access to the ballot box.
We can prevent the next mass shooting if we elect the right people.
It's important to have leadership that prioritizes combating sexual violence, human trafficking, domestic violence.
I represent the shift that's needed in the Republican Party.
I started encouraging all my girlfriends to run for office, and they would look back at me and say, well, Anna, why aren't you running?
I spent so much time trying to persuade myself why not to do this. And women kept reminding me of all the reasons why I should.
If I wasn't gonna risk a lot to put my name in the ring, why would anyone else?
No one expected this congressional seat to open up, and so when it did, I jumped for the opportunity. Good morning. Can I introduce myself? I'm a former special victims prosecutor running for Congress. The election is November 6th. Thank you. Good morning. Hi, how are you? Thank you. Thank you. The election's November 6th. I'm a former special victims prosecutor. Former special victims prosecutor. Former special victims prosecutor. I already got you this morning. I know. Good morning. Good morning. I've been doing whatever I can to try to get my name out. The election is November 6th. Hope you consider voting for me. I'm learning as I go, and every day is a new day for me in politics. The election is November 6th.
Excellent. All women get my vote.
I was very inspired by the MeToo movement. I was a victim of a campus sexual assault when I was in college, and it was a terrible experience and, quite frankly, one of the worst experiences of my life. I went through the criminal justice system as a victim. I did not get the justice that I was seeking. I was very displeased with the prosecutor, so I decided to become a special victims prosecutor. I was able to secure the first human trafficking conviction in the state of Pennsylvania. There is this myth that human trafficking looks a specific way. If you're going to pimp out a runaway juvenile, you don't have to use physical force in order to subject her to sexual servitude. I absolutely loved every minute of my day working at the DA's office. I wanted the opportunity to effectuate greater change.
A Pennsylvania congressman under fire. Tonight, Pat Meehan is responding to bombshell allegations of sexual misconduct.
My congressman was involved in a MeToo related type scandal. When he decided not to run for re-election, I recognized that I would have an opportunity to run for federal office.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, they have my sign up too. Yeah. Growing up in a Republican household has really kind of formulated my ideology. My parents came here from South Korea with next to nothing to achieve the American dream. And because those opportunities were afforded to them, I had the opportunity to pursue my American dream, which really was public service. After the president was elected, I certainly had some concerns, but I also respect the voters and the office of the presidency.
President Trump's election did not influence my decision to run. I literally did not think it was the end of the world.
I don't agree with him on everything, but he was the Republican nominee. I supported him. The last thing I wanted was Hillary Clinton to be my president.
It was less about Hillary losing and more about how Trump won. I mean, just isolating and dividing so many communities. That's how he won, where when I woke up the night after the election, I was in tears.
612 days passed between Pulse and Parkland, and Governor Rick Scott did nothing to strengthen gun safety laws.
Vote them out! Vote them out!
Tomorrow is a 2-year mark of Pulse, and so today was a rally that was really focused on honoring those who we've lost through action. Our home is 8 minutes away from Pulse. We had lost 49 of our friends, and it was because of the trauma we experienced in Pulse that put me in a place to say, enough thoughts and prayers, we need to do something about this.
What do we want?
Gun control!
When do we want it?
Now! I even wrote on my bathroom mirror, if I don't win, more people will die. That keeps me focused and helps me know that what we're doing is really important.
Do you want to have it like hers to where she can read it, or do you want to have it to where when you show it to people, they can read it?
I think
this is better when you do a fist. You can see it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking that. I think when I can read it, and then because we're protesters, we do a lot of. We're both in advocacy, so we do a lot of air work, right?
Yeah. I got my tattoo 2 weeks after Pulse, and so mine says Orlando in rainbow. It's on my wrist. You know, for me, this is a reminder of purpose. And my twin sister Ida has always taught me a tattoo. Never thought she actually would do it, and that changed tonight.
When Anna told me she wanted to run, I was initially very worried and stressed. I know how aggressive the attacks are going to be. You know, we're women, she works for Planned Parenthood, we're Iranian-American. I mean, it's going to get ugly.
Ida, wait, smile for me, just real quick.
I'm nervous.
It already hurts.
We haven't even started. A year later, I'm still really worried and stressed about it. But I'm also beyond proud. I'm so immensely proud. We helped organize a sit-in, and we accepted arrest
At Marco Rubio's
at Marco Rubio's office. I don't know what I know you support equality. I'm not going to ask you who you voted for, but that's okay.
Well, let's just say I did not vote for Killer.
I can't believe I got to get tattooed by someone who calls her Killer.
Together.
What? That's incredible. So my sister here is running for Florida House District 47.
Sure am. And I also don't like the party.
We need to get rid of the Democrats, we need to get rid of Republicans, and 2 new parties.
Well, we're redefining what it means to be a Democrat. I'm gonna give you my card. I sure hope you vote for this Democrat in the district anyways. We are electing the first Iranian-American to any public office in Florida.
If I were to win, I'd be the first Korean-American female elected into Congress.
I'd be the youngest assembly person ever elected in New York State.
I would be the first African-American elected statewide in Iowa. Where's my Iowa necklace? I don't even see my American flag necklace. They don't get to clean our rooms too much on campaigns. I'm gonna go live. Facebook Live. My grandmother ran for elections commissioner when I was in high school and won several times. I think subliminally, those seeds that she was planting as a role model to me are definitely in full force blooming. Hey, it's fair time, Iowa. We're gonna be talking about voting. Let's go fair. In 2016, folks were telling me they weren't voting. We had over 200,000 people that typically vote in presidential elections that sat out. I couldn't stand on the sideline anymore and watch that happen. Secretary of State's in charge of getting people out to vote, getting them engaged, and so I'm a super fan of this particular office. I always tell folks if I could interview for the job, I would. But we're doing the interview in the form of a campaign, and all of y'all are on the panel. I'm proud that my party chose me in the primary in a predominantly white state. We're 91% white.
We are excited for you because we have the opportunity in the great state of Iowa to elect the first statewide African-American to office, Deidre DeJear, our next Secretary of State. Come on and put your hands together.
Voting rights did not always come easy for people who look like me. I understand the sacrifice that the suffragists had to experience, that African Americans and their allies had to experience. I don't care if you're a Christian, a Jew, or a Muslim, I just need you to vote because our democracy depends on it. But we have friends, we have family, we have neighbors that don't get it. They still believe their vote doesn't matter. They still believe their voice doesn't count. They still believe that the system is rigged. But the only way we can truly rig the system is if we sit at home and we don't participate. Because a vote not cast is the only vote not counted. And I believe that we've waited for such a time as this. So how about we mount our wings up like eagles? How about we run and not be weary? How about we walk if you can't run? And let's get our community voting. Yes, we can. Amen.
I'm here to support an amazing woman, and I think she's part of this next wave of American leadership. People in their own communities, in their own states, standing up and saying, it's time for me to be a part of the solution. It's time for me to lead.
It's really encouraging to see so many women running for office.
We need more, not just women run for office, but in my eyes, more progressive women run for office and women who are pro-women.
Not only am I a woman, but I'm a woman of color. I have a different perspective, and I think that that has come up more in the campaign.
I see a lot of women explaining that they're running because we need women in office, and I think that's the wrong way to do it. We can be women and also run for office because we have serious issues in our community.
Please stand and welcome the American University School of Public Affairs graduating class for spring 2018.
I really thought I would have to lobby a lot harder to get people to take me seriously and to get them to consider such a young candidate.
Morgan Zegers.
But in the end, they're just like, this is inspiring.
The to-do list never ends, and now it's a little bit smaller thanks to graduating.
Welcome to the Washington County Fair, and the best fair in the country.
This is my kind of people, this is my base, and I just want to show up and know that I support them in the community, and I would appreciate their support too. And I think it's my kind of event too.
This is the annual milking contest. We have a wonderful, wonderful display of elected officials. All right, are you all ready? Set, go! Morgan Zegers, holy cow! Morgan.
I'm trying, I'm doing it.
Morgan is an honorary Washington County girl now.
Yeah! People are pretty frustrated in New York State right now. We have the highest state and local tax burden in the country, but most importantly, corruption is the #1 issue. I think the Republican Party just needs to do a better job of putting out our message and why we believe in opportunity, why we believe in freedom, why we believe in limited government. Election's in 2 months, and I'm the candidate, which is really exciting. So I hope I can have your votes if you're 18. I don't know if anybody is. Cool. We need a candidate who is going to be invigorating and encourage people. I realize I am the perfect person for the job. I do talk about Second Amendment a lot on the campaign, and it resonates with the people in upstate New York. There are responsible gun owners across the country, and we just want to defend ourselves. My dad's in the military, and he started also coming to the veterans events at like the Republican Club.
Great shot.
People would kind of come up to me and be like, yeah, your dad's great. He should be a candidate. And it's, of course, nice to hear. Good for my dad. But he can't take the focus off of the goal. And the goal right now is Morgan Zegers needs to be elected on November 6th. The current incumbent is a Democrat, but the 113th district has been Republican for decades and decades before that.
District 5 leans more Democrat.
The Florida House, for those who don't know, is 120 seats and only 41 Democrats.
I would meet with people and they would basically tell me in a nutshell, this is a pipe dream.
Certainly I received some skepticism due to the registration numbers, but that hasn't bothered myself or my team.
I'm someone who loves a challenge.
I feel like I'm on a mission.
A lot of people say, you know, this is your race to lose. To hear that, it's like, whew, okay, don't mess this up.